because we couldn't get in it. They could lock themselves in. Next thing I knew, they were having the windows. These are big old heavy duty metal enforcement. That wire going through windows and little doors, whatever, were busted, and then somebody opened the doors, and when they came in, they opened up the cells. Now, interesting, I was in L4, in cell number 2. And they opened damn near every cell except for mine in cell number 1. And I had to holler up to the door, open open this cell, get me out of here, And they looked at me and said, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. And I remember the guys in cell 1, they told me, they said, no, we got a parole date coming up, whatever, we don't want to get involved with it, whatever, keep us locked in, whatever. And, I seen them talking, whatever, and then they looked up at me and asked me, well, if they say anything, Anderson, will you tell them that we're hostages, we're being held hostage so that we don't have to get involved with that? I told them, I said, cool. About, I'm going to give it a half an hour, but it may not have been that long. But just a short while after this, the riot is going on, and, then people are being eradicated in the hallways and whatever. And I went out to see what was happening in the hallways, and I went into the vestibule between the L side prison gym and the outside yard, rec yard. And when I walked in there was 20, in excess, about 22 bodies in there. Now, we all know that no more than 12 people died in the Lucasville riots. But there were 20 bodies in that vestibule. I know, I stepped over them. I looked at the cracked skulls, the brains oozing out, the whole 9 yards. And so that means that at least 10 of them were very, very good at, acting dead, because they sure did, they got taken out onto the yard eventually as dead. And that's another thing. There was a young man in there by the name of Mason who was acting as the paramedic. And it was Mason who pronounced those live guys dead so that they would be moved out. Mason was the one who saved their life, Now, when I went back into the cell block, because I went back in the cell block to check on my cell, I had a little cellie, and I don't know how I missed the dude's name, they didn't come to me. We were standing in front of the cell, like your cell 2, whatever. And the next thing we know, a guy comes in, skin guy, he comes in, he's running, and there's a guy running behind him with a baseball bat. And this guy is swinging at him, and he's putting down more moves than Muhammad Ali, believe me, And so he runs in, and he runs by us, and he runs into our cell, the one that's just open. Now, all the police are being picked up, and they're knocking the walls out from down there where they went to hide. Wasn't under sandstone on the side there anyway, and making them come out, whatever. And the kid runs off in our cell. And the dude with the bat, he says, we asked him, I asked him, I said, what are you doing? I said, what are you doing? He says, I'm going to kill him. I said, kill him? I said, we're not killing him. He said, we ain't killing him. I said, no. I said, we're not killing him. I said, we're holding him hostage. And you remember I told you about cell number 1. I said, look, okay, now, well, that's what it is. My little cell, he was named Mason too, also. All right, Black Mason, and the other one, White Mason. He looks, he says, we ain't killing him? I said, no, we're not killing him. I said, we're holding him hostage. You know, he looked at me, he said, well, and, you know, if you want to keep this a children's show, you know what I'm saying? He said, well, then, I'm going to have, you know, sex with him then, whatever. Now, you know he didn't say that. But, you know, let's try and keep it a children's, you know, at least, you know. And when he said that, I said, well, you know, I'll look over my shoulder. And the boy that the guy that he just ran into the cell, and I look over my shoulder, and this guy done dropped his pants all the way down to his ankles, I guess he'd ever be. Screwed up, then screwed down into the ground. And so, but I'm stuck because I'm not in the, like I said, nothing is to do with a penis like mine, period. You know what I mean? But, so, and my little cellie saw that on my face, and because I was just stuck, I didn't know what to say to this dude. You know, and my cellie looked over at the dude and said, what you want us, you know, said, have sex with him for? He got that thing. Yeah, so, he got that thing. You don't want to mess with that, whatever. And this guy turned around and walked out, you know. Later on, after this was all over, the kid that ran into a cell, you know, actually wrote me a letter, you know, and thanking me, you know, for saving his life. But it was more, it's in Mason's quick wits than me and my stuttering self. You know, I could do whatever. I'm getting those problems from time to time. But, yeah, so what caused the Lucasville riot was the obstinate and stubborn, authoritarian, dictatorial attitudes of the guards and the administration at the time. What caused Vallandigham's death, if you really want to know, was the fact that that girl, matter of fact, I'm gonna put a picture up here for you, yes, and it'll be right there. Okay, got out there and said about all these guys in this penitentiary, yes, who were in here for everything from robbery to murder. And this is the state's maximum security penitentiary. And she basically said that all the guys off in this penitentiary were punks and they weren't going to do anything anyway. So, why were they taken so serious on national television? And this, to me, seemed kind of, I mean, you're not thinking when you say something like this about people who are locked up under these circumstances, you know. At that point, the decision was made, that an example had to be made to show the outside world that the rioters at that point, were serious. And so they passed out another ballot, well, not a ballot, but asking everybody for a recommendation. What should they do? What should they do? Voting on whether or not they should kill somebody or whether or not to. Well, the majority, I do believe, are like me. When the ballot came my way, which way, I said, well, you might want to do something to him. You might want to throw him a finger. You might even want to throw him a hand. But whatever, but we're not bloodthirsty killers. So, no, we did not vote to have Falani killed. That was someone's decision, who, of course, had Falani. Yeah. Another myth about the Lucasville riot, about how, why they, let us live, and why they killed David Koresh's whole compound. And they did that while we were both going on at the same time. The reason that they decided to blow up Koresh, I guess, out there, wherever they didn't blow up Lucasville inmates, was the fact that our people in the major cities of Ohio, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, were organizing and had buses and were trying to get down there to help us, because they found out and knew about what a really deplorable place Lucasville was, and how they were killing inmates at random, And so, I was told, by my father, that there were school buses full of people from the city of Cleveland that were on their way down to Lucasville, and the damn mayor of Cleveland came out there and threw himself down in front of the buses, like the guy did with the tank out over in China and things like that. So what we had was support, and they were trying to stop a bigger disturbance than just a little riot. So don't you ever think that it ended the way it did because of the goodness of their hearts, because they don't have any. Yeah. Until then, I'll get back with you a little later, with the rest of this. This is Who Can You Trust? This is Ben Anderson, signing off.